I bought the whole album.
Yeah.
So, and then remember, I was speaking up on certain scenarios that I seen because I was there that night when certain things happened at the park. That's when I had a whole nother respect for you, Nas, as far as like the way you handled that Tupac situation, the way that you was the bigger guy because he came in with the spirit of, and you had the spirit that you got now. You know, I love your music. I fuck with you, homie. I ain't here to do nothing to you.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? I remember it clear as day. Like you was like, nigga, I love you, nigga. I fuck with your music. Like that just was some gangster shit to me that you could have that calmness about yourself. And I had already peeped the scene. I seen all your niggas there.
yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
see that
Snoop. I
part.
called him.
That's the part I
I
seen.
called that man.
Come on, my nigga. That's the part that
Yeah.
I seen. That's why I say I got so much
Yeah.
respect for you. And if you would have moved the wrong way, they would have went crazy, nigga. I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, that's the purpose of us coming up there. That's why we came up there to see what was happening with him. Because we was hearing a lot of stories.
Come on, nigga. You didn't come
Yeah.
to talk. You came
Yeah.
to see what's happening. But at the same time, you was the general. So however the general moved,
Yeah.
the soldiers gonna fall in line. So the general was smart enough to be a politician and say, look here, man. Let me check this out. You know you on my turf, right? Fuck with you. I love you, my nigga.
Yeah.
So let's keep it
Yeah.
that route. You know what I'm saying? And let's do what we do.
He told me, he said, we supposed to be brothers, man. He said, me and you supposed to be brothers. I'll never forget that.
My hip hop relationships have always been genuine. Even when I met you, Nas, remember when you jumped out the van?
Yeah.
And ran across when I was out there with my niggas from shotgun?
Yo, they looked at me like they was getting ready.
Where was this?
Do it to me, man.
Wait. Take me through this.
It was L.A.
Okay.
Somewhere in L.A. We was in the hood.
We was in Gardena, nigga, and Nas rolled by in a white van. I'm sitting out here with some real gang members.
Gambling with the dice.
He jumped out with a sweatsuit on, with one leg up, with some Timbos on, with a red suit on. He ran across the street to where I was at. And the homies was finna reach for their gun. I'm like, hold on, cuz. That's Nasty Nas from New York, cuz.
That's exactly what he said.
And I greeted him and shook his hand and hugged him and was like, cuz, be safe when you out here, cuz. You know what I'm saying? It's LA.
Right.
You had the red suit
I was
on
coming
too?
from a record store and somewhere close to the hood or whatever. And, you know, we fresh in L.A. We don't want to see nothing but the hood.
Right.
We done heard all the NWA tapes, the Ice Cube tapes.
To the hood.
Right.
We made him take us to the hood on every trip. I didn't plan to see him. Nobody told me he was going to be there. We going through the hood, and I noticed him. I said, is that Snoop? I said, oh, man, these dudes gambling. And if Snoop don't recognize me, I'm done.
You are done.
But I know the way his music sound, he had to know who I was. Because his shit,
I know
he
who
a hip hop dude.
Was from the moment you jumped out the van, nigga. When you jumped out with the sweatpants, one leg up.
That was the giveaway.
Yo, this is New York, nigga. Nigga, that's Nasty Nas, nigga. That nigga hard. Hold on, cuz. Hold on.
Did y'all build a relationship off of that, or did anything come of that? Like, what happened?
That was straight real shit. It wasn't like, yo, let's hang out and have a party tomorrow. It was just like, to have that moment, I was just getting in the game. To see him, I guess, started the relationship, but to see him, I didn't know when I was going to see him again. So it was just like, I got to meet the brother.
That's my brother right there. I love you.
Love you
Thank
too.
you for inspiring me, cuz. Thank you.
Love you
Thank
too. Likewise.
You keep me on
you
my
inspired me too, bro.
Shit, thank you.
I'm here for you, bro.
I need you.
I need you too,
keep
bro.
Keep coming, nigga.
Let's go. All right. Got you.
Yo, what's the deal, fam? Hope everybody's doing well out there. Yo, check this out, man. Recently, I did a poll asking who had the better chemistry, Nas and Primo, DJ Premier, or Snoop and Dre. And based on the numbers, it's a very close poll. Very close. With Nas and Primo edging it out at the moment. And I must say, y'all bugging. Hear me out. I may be the biggest Nas fan on the planet. No disrespect to anyone. I think we're all fans, right? But we all feel as though we're probably the biggest Nas fan on the planet, right? He's fathered so many different styles. Greatest lyricist I've ever witnessed. Conceptually, just the things that he does. But when we're thinking about chemistry is what? Like the interaction between people working together. But as a caveat to that, we also have to put a successful interaction, right? He and DJ Premier have a dope chemistry. There's no doubt about it. But Snoop and Dre are synonymous with one another. When you think of Snoop, you think of Dre. When you think of Dre, you think of Snoop. Am I correct? Am I bugging? Dr. Dre is Snoop's OG. he brought him into the game. Without Dr. Dre, would we really know who Snoop was? I'm pretty sure his talent probably would have given him an opportunity, but Dre introduced him. He's the reason why we know who Snoop is. Why do we know who Nas is? Not DJ Premier. It's Large Professor. That's Nas's OG. He introduced Nas to the game. That matters to me, all right? Their chemistry is impeccable as well. It's not always about the records that they put out. Let's continue. Speaking of records, Dre and Snoop shook Earth when they released. They single-handedly kind of changed what we thought of a single to be. They were uncensored, and the world still embraced it. Am I correct? They had an era, the G-Funk era. The G-Funk era. Think about it. Let's not mention touring, right? Nas and Primo have been on stage together as far as touring goes. And the chemistry's there, but Dre and Snoop is a little different. It's a little different. Even the level in which they do it. Now let's go down the list and name some records, all right? In no particular order based on release. Let's start with Nas and Primo. We got Memory Lane, Represent, Nas is Like, I Gave You Power, Come Get Me, Second Childhood, New York State of Mind 1 and 2, Classic, which is a collaboration between Nas, Primo, Rakim, KRS-One, and Kanye. We have Wave Gods, gotta count that, right? He did the scratches, he was a part of it. Hip hop, DJ Khaled, right? Nas and Scarface, I think Primo did the scratches on that as well. And recently we have Beat Breaks. Now, Dre and Snoop, in no particular order, Nothing But a G Thing, Dre Day, Gin and Juice, Lil Ghetto Boy, but my homie Lil Half Dead, Still Dre, Next Episode, What's My Name, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Deep Cover, Doggy Dogg World, Let Me Ride, Snoop is on that. I'll be rolling in my 6-4, right? Murder Was the Case, Lay Low. Now granted, they both groups have records, but Dre and Snoop, the records once again shook Earth, and they weren't even trying to. They changed the sound of music. It wasn't popcorn sounding. It was heavy, uncensored. It was them. They introduced the world into their lifestyles, being themselves, that chemistry, and changed the world. Nas is hands down, undoubtedly, my favorite MC, favorite artist within the hip hop realm. But when we're talking this chemistry thing, it is different. It is different. There's so many different factors. It's not just the songs themselves when we're talking chemistry. It's what you did for the culture. Listen, man, Dre and Snoop, your grandmother, mother, great-grandmothers know some of those songs. Trust me when I tell you, when they come on, they're like, oh, I know that. It's a reason behind that. They transcend time. Not to say Nas and Primo don't. It's different. I'm not necessarily saying that they're a better tandem. We're talking about chemistry, what they were able to pull off. Nas in totality is the greatest hip-hop artist I've ever heard and witnessed, because he checks all boxes. But we're talking about chemistry, and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are the epitome of chemistry within hip-hop. I would equate them with Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones when it comes to hip-hop. It's just different, man. It's just different. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment section. Just know I respect all of you out there. And as always, we stay here at the Eeze Experience. Go get yours, yeah.
Hey yo, Eeze.